Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Twitch chat. Welcome back to Let Us Play. I'm your host, Father Evan. It's good to be with you all today, and I hope you're having a good day. Good to see you, Chizo. Good to see you, Brayherd. And Chizo, congratulations. You've won the crown of Firstendom, the crown of falling out of a stork's mouth, because that's the beginning of the Yoshi's Island. And Craig! Good to see you, Craig. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we are playing Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, today. Before we do that, going to be doing our little reading from Gaudium et Spes. I have jumped forward a little bit because we've been reading the introduction and it's setting the stage of understanding the tensions in the world and the goods and the bads and the everythings. So I kind of want to move forward to a little bit of the hope and love. Good to see you. What we're skipping over is largely two things. One, a theological understanding of who humanity is. Which is important, but I think we can still skip it for the sake of our Lenten devotion. And two, talking a little bit about the rise of atheism, and what it's talking about there isn't necessarily an individual's belief, but more like the way that certain cultures and governments were atheistic and imposing that. Because remember, 1960s. I think that's everything. So yeah, let's do a little reading. This. We're now into Chapter 2, The Community of Humankind. In his fatherly care for all of us, God desires that all humanity should form one family and deal with each other in a spirit of brotherhood. All, in fact, are destined to the very same end, namely God himself, since they have been created in the likeness of God, who made from one every nation of humanity who live on all the face of the earth. Acts 17:26. Love of God and of one's neighbor, then, is the first and greatest commandment. Scripture teaches us that love of God cannot be separated from love of one's neighbor. Any other commandment is summed up in this sentence: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law, from Romans and 1 John. It goes without saying that this is a matter of the utmost importance to humanity, who are coming to rely more and more on each other, and to a world which is becoming more unified every day. Furthermore, the Lord Jesus, when praying to the Father that they may all be one, even as we are one, from Gospel of John, has opened up new horizons close to the human reason by implying that there is a certain parallel between the union existing among the divine persons and the union among the children of God in truth and love. It follows, then, that if humanity is the only creature on earth that God has wanted for its own sake, humanity can fully discover for ourselves only in a sincere giving of ourselves. That's a beautiful statement there, that to fully understand who we are, we have to be willing to give of ourselves. And yes, our humanity and our relationship to one another does, in fact, reflect the relationship to the Trinity. So yeah. And with that, let's dive on into more, to start, Yoshi's Island. That's not Yoshi's Island. Since I've already beaten this on another save, it does the thing where it's like, look, it's the final world instead. So yes, Baby Mario has crashed onto Yoshi's Island. This paradise is Yoshi's Island, where all the Yoshis live. They are all in uproar over the baby that fell from the sky. Wait, the baby seems to know where he wants to go. The bond between the twins informs each of them where the other one is. Yes, this implies that Mario and Luigi are twins. The Yoshis decide to carry the baby on to his destination via a relay system. Now begins a new adventure for the Yoshis and Baby Mario. Fun fact, if you corrupt the game and Yoshi doesn't actually physically walk off screen here on his own, the scene never ends. If Baby Mario falls off Yoshi's back, the countdown timer will begin. When it reaches 0, Kabek's toadies will kidnap Baby Mario. The more stars you collect, the safer you are. The countdown timer will slowly count back up to 10. Complete a stage by passing Baby Mario to the next Yoshi. I think this game does a lot of fun, creative stuff with its level design. And the aesthetic. I love the, like, hand-drawn aesthetic. Ow. Grab Baby Mario! Jump or even use your tongue to touch him. Throw eggs at him. Do everything. Get ready to hear that crying in not an insignificant amount of time. Make eggs, throw eggs. You know what they say, you can't make an omelet without throwing a few eggs. Wait. Special flower, gather 5 for a 1-up. They add to your point total. They also add to the flowers, the goal ring roulette. Yes, there's a point system that you can get in each level. I will not be getting 100% because that unlocks the bonus levels, but it's for being a game that's like, oh, Mario's a baby, look how cute everything is. This game gets surprisingly hard. Because you have to find all 5 of the... oh no. Of the flowers. You have to get all 30 of the red coins, which are hidden amongst the regular coins. You'll see they have, like, a slight reddish hue. And then you have to get your timer up to 30, which you get with these stars. So you have to make it to the end without losing Baby Mario much. Stars. Just wait until we get to the point that Yoshi starts transforming. Those are fun and weird levels. Yeah! 87, that's a B+, I'll take it. Scratch and match! Do I just lose right away? No, okay. No, now I lose, though. Watch out! Billow! right. The chain chomps make danger pets. Ow. I got greedy. What? That's not where that one landed last time. They're cheating. Midpoint ring. I know how to make... No! I know how to make eggs. I know it's the second level, but still. Give me a little credit, game. I will not follow the directions of the sign. Now I will follow the directions of the sign. Ah, speaking of Yoshi transformations, I forgot they happened so early. There's one of those in the final world that is just... Oh. Levels of difficult. Oh look, more chain chomps. What's fun? Okay, there was just the one. Welcome on in, Mel. Thank you for the raid. Raiders, you have connected to Father Evan. I'm a Catholic priest streaming here 4 days a week. Look at the intersection of faith and gaming. Right now we are doing some OG Super Nintendo stuff. Playing Yoshi's Island. Prepare. Melraid. How you doing, TC? Meltigrade. It's a good one. Thunderbird Nix, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I got bodied by Gourmet Magala. It was not a very good time. Oh no! You're mad that you didn't come up with it? I don't know what you're talking about. You totally came up with Meltigrade. Okay, thank you for the lurk, Thunderbird. Oh, Connor came up with it? I think you'd still steal it from Connor. I mean... Kidding. Now, I don't really know Monster Hunter. I have played the demo of one for about 5 minutes, and then I went, I don't like how long this takes. But is there like an end game, or are you in the end game? Is it just like keep fighting monsters, wait, do more weekly events or whatever? I feel like I want this key. It's a video game. You see a key, you're like, I'm gonna need that. I don't know why I'm gonna need that, but I'm gonna need it. The Gormagala is just you and an NPC, so I can't call an SOS help. Oof! Okay, look for stuff to do, weeklies, start fighting hard version of pre-existing monsters. Ah. Gotcha. That makes sense. No! And it's a harder version of that monster already. Ah! I need this stone, but I need it to not be rolling so fast. Nope! I bonked my head. Your armor wearing now is a harder version of... It's from a harder version of pre-existing. Ah, okay. Dang ol' stone. No, it's being very uncooperative. There we go. No! No! No, I had maximum stars! Dang it. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times and I think we've got bigger problems. Even if you have all 5 flowers, you're not guaranteed to get the bonus challenge. You just get 50% chance. Oh, we were actually pretty close to getting 100. We got an A-. Flip cards. That's good enough for me. I got a blue thing and stars. Bart the Bashful's fort. Are you ready for mode 7? Mode 7! Oh, look at that Mode 7. You know, for 96, and this being on, like, the Super Nintendo, Dale looks pretty dang good. Like, it still holds up decently as a 3D effect. Here, Sun Mode 7 is very, very, ooh. But I think that they did it well here in Yoshi's Island. Look, it's Blarg! Blarg is back! Blarg is kind of angry. Hey, it's a door with a keyhole. I never actually found a place to use the other key that I found, did I? No! Back here. Oh, he's a big blarg. Knock knock, Yoshi's just ruining your furniture. Dang it, Yoshi. What do we say about jumping on the couch? Yeah, but you didn't say anything about jumping on the shelves. I just got an email from a doctor I just saw the other day. I was like, why am I getting an email? Then I saw the word invoice. I went, ah. I love how jaunty the boss music is. Also, there's just kind of a general theme with the bosses of Kamek shows up, makes them big. Nope. He's embarrassed because his pants fell off. Remember, he's Bert the Bashful. You ever been so embarrassed that you just exploded? Are we throwing the children of his species as a weapon. No, the implication is actually that we're encapsulating our foes into egg casings and throwing them, which I think is somehow more horrifying. The shelves are not ready for dinosaurs, you fat lard. Dina, come get dinner, you fat lard. Hop, hop, donut lifts. Oh no, it's an auto-scroller. Oh, you're right. You're like, why is Mel calling me a fat lard? You know, I have mixed opinions on Napoleon Dynamite, but I will generally say there are some banger one-liners in there. No, but I needed... No, and I didn't even get the red coin! Oh, I call baloney on that one. I pressed the tongue button. That's a sentence. Oh, that I just had too much momentum. You would 100% wear a Vote for Pedro shirt. I saw someone wear one not too long ago. Just strolling along 9th Avenue or whatever. I was like, that's a choice. Now it's vintage. Hey, you got purple! He's in the clouds, but... Melanie, it's Lent. Yeah, but that could be the Advent purple, because Junie did make 2 different purples. One of them is lighter, and I think that was the one. That's the Advent one. And yes, technically the purple is purple, but, you know. And to quote her, she's like, I know it's the same, it's supposed to be the same color, but I don't care. No, you're all good. It still works. Shy Guys on stilts. No. Sometimes the hitboxes are a little jank. In your head, I was thinking Lent, but Advent came out. Yeah, these things happen. Whew, I was worried I had screwed up there. But I saved it. I like that you can just see their little lanterns. Regular Lent and Christmas Lent. Well, don't... I mean, how many 40-day fasts do you have on the Orthodox calendar? Because obviously the Great Fast, the Paschal, or the Nativity Fast. Are there other fasts there for? Like, I do know the Orthodox calendar is a lot of fasting. finding a website for the Orthodox Church that was built near me. Hey, that's cool. That sounds about right in time scales. Yoshi, become mole. Saint Ephraim. Ooh, I am a big fan of Ephraim as a saint. Now I kind of want to see if they have pictures online. I want to see their iconostasis. Oh, oops. Sorry, one of my stats monitor things just looked like it broke, and I was worried that my internet crashed again. I was just looking in the wrong spot. So when I saw 0, because it was saying how many clips there are, I was like, I thought it said 0 viewers, and I was like, uh-oh. We crashed. I think the other fasting periods are all shorter, like Pentecost is late enough in the year. The Apostles' Fast doesn't even happen. Second Monday. That's fair. There's a lot of fasts to keep track of, though. But the Nativity Fast is 40 days as well, right? The About Orthodox section is very in-depth. That sounds right, actually. Hey, 98, we got a nice solid A. I'm so glad I'm getting all these items that I won't use because they're too good to use. And I also don't remember how. Touch Fuzzy, get dizzy! Let's go! This is an iconic level and an iconic level name. Yeah, thank you for the lurk, TC. Rude. Rude. Oh my goodness, he keeps respawning. It's just like the most inconvenient way. The flashing eggs are especially powerful. I don't know what the flashing eggs look like on your screen though, because frame rates can be weird. Visiting calendar names you fast is 40 days. That's what I thought. You get a dispensation on Thanksgiving usually? Because if that was the case in the Western Church, we'd absolutely get a dispensation. Oh yeah, this Yoshi is wigging out. Now the fun thing, you see how the ground is moving? It actually is. Like, it's... like, beyond just being a visual effect, you can actually use this to your advantage to get slightly higher. Pun intended, I guess. Donk. Wah, wah, wah. Indeed, K-Max. How you doing? Salvo the Slime's Castle. Is that a verb or is that a name? Like, am I supposed to salvo this castle, or does Salvo live here? That was a 1-2 punch. We're going to second magic deck. Vampire silly combo. Ooh. Boy, huh. Vampire Hex Mage. Oh, Boy in the Ice is probably Thing in the Ice, isn't it? That's a classic combo with Thespian Stage. Nope. I got distracted thinking about magic. Lava makes fire look cold. That should be a band name. Oh, it's the Avatar. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm just trying to get some eggs. No! Just want one more egg. There we go. It's good enough. Yoshi sees another vase he can destroy. Gonna switch these around. I'm trying to play this with a neighborhood boy, and he was such a sore loser and didn't let anyone else play. Yeah. It's your fourth grade teacher's son. Ooh. I did not live near any of my teachers. However, last summer I was home and I covered at my parents' parish for the weekend because their priest was visiting his family in Poland. And after one of the masses, a woman came up to me and said, "Sorry, you said your last name was Cummings?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Oh, I was your kindergarten teacher." So that was neat, but also kind of threw me for a loop. Hi there, cute little Yoshi. Does Baby Mario want to go to Bowser's castle? I'll take him there in a hurry. Hey. I don't know why he's from Brooklyn, but you know. Hey, it's Gimmick. He's walking here. Forget about it. Oh, that one hit him. I strongly disagree. Yeah, we got him. It's interesting to watch this version with actual mode 7. Use the GBA version. The GBA could do a pretty good approximation. Well, the GBA basically was a SNES, just with a small screen. So I could do some mode 7. Hey, JM. So the gospel today, Jesus casts out some demons. They're like, look, he's doing it by the power of Beelzebub. And he's like, bruh, how could I do that? They get a house divided against itself does not stand, as was once said. And the Pharisees just do not want to pay attention to what is so obvious and right in front of them. And you know, we would never do that in our time. Fortunately, you know, something would be right in front of our face and obvious, and we'd pay attention. Anyway, if you hear his voice today, harden not your heart. That was the psalm. Visit Koopa and Paracoopa. Do I have to? You're going to your uncle's place. Super Baby! Not your heart. I'll try to keep that in mind. Yeah. I mean, I think it's good medical advice as well. I understand that a hardened heart with plaque is a bad thing, but Did I hear about the Yoshi casting? No. Are they going to make Yoshi speak in the movie? Oh. Okay, weirdly enough, I kind of love the idea of Donald Glover as Yoshi. Come on, Poochie. And, like, part of me hopes that he still is just, like, Yoshi. Spikes are instant death. Like, I hope it's just Donald Glover going, Yoshi! Kind of like Vin Diesel's Groot. Exactly! So, I don't know. We'll see. I thought the first movie was enjoyable. It was a fine animated movie. That's all it was. Inoffensive. I may have even guffawed at some point. Five or 6 out of 10? Yeah, exactly. Like, if I was just scrolling through TV and it came up, and then my remote broke and it got stuck there, I'd be like, well, okay. Would I go out of my way to watch it again? No. Oh no, we're playing the world's weirdest Tetris. Well, you didn't like Chris Pratt as Mario just being Chris Pratt? Yeah, well, Charlie Day is just phenomenal in general. Oh, that was close. I thought Jack Black as Bowser was pretty fun. Why is there a bomb tied to a balloon? I thought we fell down with the crate. Yeah, I think there could have been a better voice. But I will also say, it was fine. But I am now very curious about Donald Glover as Yoshi. If it was literally any other actor, I would probably be like, ugh, no. But Donald Glover, I'm like, let him cook. I'm playing Brie Larson. Oh, is she, is she Rosalina? Donk. A, C's get degrees and C's get us closer to Bowser. The Baseball Boys. What do you mean they throw eggs? They have catcher's mitts and they throw? This is ridiculous. I feel like I'm going to be headed back through this way at some point. Maybe a super baby. It's going to be one of them fancy levels that loops in on itself. Shout out to the Yoshis, by the way, for doing the right thing. Being like, oh, there's a baby. What do we do? And then proceeding to protect and take care of said baby. Oh yeah, super baby, I called it. Why don't we just give Mario the super baby powers and then send him towards Bowser? No, thank you, my good sir. I do not want any of what you are selling today. A hidden save point. That's the kind of level design we're dealing with here. This game kind of gets, malicious. There was no good outcome there. That was rude. I just want out of this level. Oh, sure would be nice to have all those red coins. Now it has a star mask. Or a skull mask. Why? Nope, 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 nope. Hey, Quacksplat. Oh! Is this the child thing? Like, no! No, we're protecting the child. It's just, sometimes we accidentally drop the child. And the child appropriately responds and communicates with us. You can't take babies for an adventure. Look, the baby just showed up. Not with that attitude. What's Gusty taste like? I am eating the manifestation of wind itself. The wind has brought this upon itself. Hey, Britt. It's technically more child endangerment? No, the child directed us to go this way. We were following the child's directions. This is child-led education. It's a Montessori model. No, I did not ask for your opinion. My egg just bounced back by accident. Your office is freezing. Oh dear. The AC is working overtime. Now, is it hurricane season already? Or is that later? Like, obviously where you are is very rainy period, but... Air is broken, constantly blowing. Oh! 63, 64 in the office. That's just uncomfortable. That is uncomfortable. I'm sorry. No, I don't. No, yeah, I know how the mold power works. Hurricane season starts in June. Ah, okay. Be free! Can you do remote work in your car? Like, can you park close enough to the building that you still get the Wi-Fi? Because I imagine it's probably warmer outside, but probably not too bad. You've been cold to hotbed in your dress and your legs are ice cubes. Ooh. Well, hang in there. I imagine it's only, what, about an hour left? Hey, my big monitor, my desk. Oh. Got Magic Recon. Oh, sweet. In the sampler booster, you got a $20 card? That's sick. What card is it? Even blessed with no hurricanes since moving back to the coast 4 years ago. Are you... You must be more northern on the coast then, I'm guessing. You don't... Please do not dox yourself in chat. I got lucky. Like, the 1 year in seminary where a hurricane hit DC, I was out on my pastoral year assignment. Exalted Sunborn. Ooh. Oh, no. Well, you've won the magic roulette. Clearly, you buy another one. And And surely you'll pull another good card, right? No, this is how gambling addiction starts. Please don't do this. Okay, I got the key. Where was the locked door? Blue hat wearing penguin! Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the follow. This is a good old game. This game also gets kind of devious. Excuse me. Thank you. Now I have to find the... There it is. Yeah. It's Super Mario Dude. This is my belated celebration of Marten Day, I guess. I feel like I went the wrong way. Because surely they would not give you... Well, actually, this game might. About to say, this game wouldn't just give you a whole path to take that just nets you some stars. Oh, wait, I know why it does this. Okay. Because now when we take this, see, we need to have the staircase to get up here, but without this... Tricksy, like a little hobbit is. Oh yeah, some mode 7. Hey, I actually found all the red coins in a level for once. By the power of these polygons, I get to the boss. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hey, I'm walking. Oh, yes. We have Baby Mario's twin brother at Bowser's Castle, but we're not handing him over to the likes of you. I want to get back to my Brooklyn. Or rather, very bad facsimile of Brooklyn. Wait a minute, this boo is just getting bigger. Why, at this rate, he'll be the size of the universe. It's like when you have a child. It's like, well, 1 week they were, an infant. It's like, oh, they were 5 pounds, now they're 7 pounds. At this rate of growth. Oh, it's Lakitu. Whoa! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Nope, nope. Okay, we do the Lakitu level thing. We run. I remember in college I was playing New Super Mario Bros. With friends. And we got to a Lakitu level, and I did what you do at Lakitu levels, and I ran. Everyone else did not keep up. This was their fault. I almost beat the level, but then one of my friends tackled me. Okay, that was my fault. I just poorly timed that. Recommend any Christian rock or metal stations? I don't know about stations, like, if you're talking, like, radio stations specifically, because, like, I don't know where you live. But bands, my favorite Christian band is Five Iron Frenzy. Levi the Poet is really, really cool, too. He's spoken word. But check out his album, Correspondence of Fiction. It's a beautiful story of a young man and woman who are in love but are separated because of a father's sort of Moby Dick-esque desire to kill a whale. I don't listen to a ton of metal, so I can't give a ton of recommendations. They're not Christian, but they're more prog than metal, but I am a huge fan of RX Bandits. If you're looking for prog metal specifically, can't go wrong with Dream Theater. The Proto Men are kind of metal-ish. They're kind of hair metal, but... Oh, there you go. There's a Christian metal band recommendation has cast. Oh shoot, what's the... I know the album is Ohm, O-M. Or maybe that's the band, I forget. But there is a Christian band. You'll know it because, like, the album art is an image of John the Baptist. Like an icon, specifically. Oh no, I can't complete the level without the baby! Lawnmower Death. English punk clown metal. I'm fascinated by the concept of clown metal. I don't really listen to a bunch of them, but FTK. About 1,000... TFK? 1,000 Foot Crutch? Something like that, I guess? It's by no means metal. And it's not explicitly Christian, but she has a lot of Christian themes. It's Juniper Vale. She has a song on one of her albums that is basically a worship song. Featuring the hits Icky Picky and the Weevils wobble, but they don't fall down. I need to check this out later. Just nonsense. No, I'm all for it. It's it sounds exactly what I expected to be, with it being clown metal and British. I mean, lately, the music I've been jamming to, I listen to a lot of ska. Yes, I have no taste. It's okay. But the bands I've been jamming to are Millington and, oh, what was the other one I was jamming to lately? Well, I kind of perpetually jam to, well, Streetlight Manifesto, but, oh, I can see the cover of the album in my mind. Call Me Malcolm. Call Me Malcolm. Big fan of Call Me Malcolm. They have a really cool album. It's their most recent one, Echoes and Ghosts. And it's designed to be played on loop because the first song opens with sort of the staticky noise that's played at the end of the last song, and it's perfect. They have another one that's so I need like a launcher to get me up there. Like there should be something here. Part of an opening. I'm sorry, what? You were part of an opening act for Less Than Jake? One of the trifecta of third wave ska, and you're just gonna be like, Brainerd, I will be asking for context at a later date and time. Anyway, the other album is Me, Myself, and Something Else. Something Else, if I can talk, which is a great title in its own right. See, there's that there. What am I missing? Writing your book. Ooh, fun. Understand Holy Water being... Holy Water... My MC about to fight daywalkers. Oh my. Doing research. Hey, all are welcome here. I am genuinely perplexed. Wait, where did you come from? That was not there last time I went through the loop. What changed? Ah! I'm mistiming these jumps. The jump pads are a little janky. I don't know what changed, but something did. The background here looks very Final Fantasy, to be honest. It looks like it belongs in Final Fantasy 5 or 6. Yeah, I feel like we're making a really good time on these levels. This is gonna come back to bite me in the butt. Lockatoos, wall. So big shy guy. No! Why are there so many of you? Oh! Get back here, young man. Ow! Jerk. Ah! For being quite large, they move fast. I didn't mean to fall through there, but we live here now. No, 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 no. Don't get stuck up there, Mario. But what if car? I only found one flower in that whole level. The Potted Ghost's Castle. Why would you plant a ghost? Are you trying to make ghost flowers? Or is it a flower that died and then became a ghost and it got stuck there? Do, 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 do. So someone mentioned that a pretty big Christian VTuber is asking genuine questions on Catholicism. Oh, interesting. Prayers for them and their journey. She's engaging with the Trent Horde book. Oh, okay. Was it Celestium? Because I know her fiance is Catholic. Darling Straub. I have not even heard of her. Well, prayers for her and her journey and her discernment. I was going to make a joke. Is it Junie? Is Junie asking questions about Catholicism? The joke being that Junie is Catholic. Okay, I guess I'll go through the Maze of Darkness to look for a key. Yeah, fake flower! Getting stuck in the... weird sponge. Ah, I think we found the key. Why do all the bad guys in Yoshi's Island keep their keys in their flower pots? Like, I guess if this one's the potted ghost, it makes sense. Like, yeah, things belong in pots, but, like, literally all the others. Okay, door, I've solved your key riddle. It's a fun thing to say in, well, a lot of settings, but like D&D particularly. Say, I have solved your blank riddle when it wasn't even a riddle. That's frustrating. My hand slipped. And that resets you on your timer to like 10. Hey, Gerudo. 07s indeed. Unless you're 07ing Brit for having to do a tech support thing, which is also valid. What do you mean those spikes are instant death? Like, what spikes are insta-death versus which ones are just hurt and make Baby Mario float away? It's inconsistent, man. That's all I needed. Nope, that's not all I needed. Why is that not all I needed? That's it. Excuse me? It's not your baby. No. I said not your baby. This is not the baby distribution system. When I was at LA Congress, this actually kind of reminded me of something. There was a booth next to us, Focolare Media. Focolare is kind of a cool Christian movement, Catholic movement. They live in common. They do a lot with media. But among them, one of the members helping out there had a child, like a toddler. And they'd take turns watching over and take care of this child. And I joked with one of them at one point. It's like, we hold all things in common, including the children. They laughed. Yoshi, dear, that baby is going to cause disasters with all the Koopas. So give him here before you accidentally get hurt. Apologies to all of Brooklyn. I know exactly what you have to do there, but it's kind of tricky. Oh, it's snowing. Yay. We're finally having really lovely weather. Okay, just go fast and it's fine. I thought you had to stun the ghost, but nope. Hey, 30 stars. That's not bad. Hey, Katie! How you doing? And so Yoshi went on a destruction rampage on his home island. Or is this how it became Yoshi's Island? Because, like, clearly Yoshi isn't in charge right now, because there's all these forts and things. Does Yoshi just go around and claim this territory and it's now Yoshi's Island? Welcome to Monkey World. Oh no. These are my monkeys and it is my circus. Monkey. Go back, I want to be monkey. No, the monkeys, you cannot turn into eggs. And they are a nuisance. I was worried I just died when I fell in the water there. I was just waiting for the game over noise. Maybe you can't turn the monkeys into eggs. I thought you couldn't for some reason. And as we all know, a watermelon turns you into a machine gun. These are just the facts of life. That was a cheap shot. That was very rude. I keep seeing Gerudo taco. I keep thinking, I bet Gerudo would make great tacos. I feel like they'd make better hummus. Maybe it would be a Middle Eastern, Mexican fusion taco. Lamperia, ooh. This stream always ends like an hour before dinner time. But like, I'm really hungry now. I wish dinner was immediate. No! You come back here with my Mario. You inhaled leftover spaghetti. Okay, well, if you maybe ate more than an apple for breakfast. Father, what? It's so cold when you do a shade at me. Yeah, but am I wrong? Also, it would help if you ate lunch at the correct time. I'm saying this for your own good. No, calculated risk, calculated risk, calculated risk, no! I got greedy. You'll have apple and protein shake. Well, that's good. And have lunch prepared. I'm glad to hear that. Secret tunnel. We love references. Look, I'm a millennial. I haven't had an original thought in 37 years. And I've only been alive for 35. We had an original thought. Is that where the brain cell went today? No, 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 no! I bet birria lamb would slap with pickled onions. Of course, I'm a fan of onions in general, so like... It was all to go back and get those 2 red coins that I missed. That's exactly why I died. I'm not covering for being bad at video game. Oh, we were so close to the end, too. Come on! Oh, you make San Fernando? I'm sorry. Mom and pop place? Nice. Owner was there, and he asked for my sub with onions added, and he looked up and down and says, "For you, extra onions. You look like a lady who likes extra onions." And he was like, so right. Man, that reminds me of, there was this little, mom and pop, or really just pop shop sandwich place, cash only kind of joint, in my college town, and where the town, was, Logan. It was called Logan's Heroes, but spelled like Euro. Dude was cooking when he came up with that name. But he made sandwiches, and sometimes he'd get that soul read of just like, yeah, you want extra onions, like not even ask. And if you complain, he'd be like, well, this is how I make my sandwich, so deal with it. Dude was awesome. No, bad monkey. Excuse me, I just rescued that baby. No! Stop it! Collusion! What is with this extended Shy Guy? I forgot that exists. It looks like a glitch. Kind of like the 100% on the reads. Ask for size. Large sub, please. For lunch, dinner owner wagged his fingers, said something like, oh no, this sandwich is not making it to dinner. It's too good. And now we can become helicopter. You like your smile manners to tattoo. Let's go. Mel has good manners. We love that. We knew that, but we still love it. Can't wait to give him more of my money. I'm gonna have to do that whole loop again. Ugh. At least you can swim. Yeah. Unlike Yoshi in Mario Sunshine, where he dissolves into paint. Into paint? Yeah, the whole theme of that game is paint. Speaking of swimming, let's become a submarine. I have a torpedo. Pew pew. Ow. The door croning sound sounds like a hungry tummy. Oh, sorry, that was just me. Oh, we're having tri-tip for dinner tonight, so that's one of my favorites. My sisters cook it real nice, medium rare, and then slice it real thin. That was entrapment. Oh my goodness, they are perfectly timed today. Come to do Canada Penguin Sisters. They would love to meet, really, I mean, really anyone, but they'd be especially thrilled to meet you, I bet. Do. Nope, just ignore the frogs. Frogs, monkeys, and sheep, oh my. Ha! Monkey. Hey, Bree. Who wants to steal the baby? You do. It's a metaphor for parenthood. But I think that's where we're going to call it for a day. Because we have... This level will take more than just a little while. So, yeah. So, thank you so much for tuning in to Let Us Play. I've been your host, Father Evan. It's been good to be with you all today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Join us again tomorrow. Bonus stream. Playing... Oh, excuse me. Donkey Kong 64 with crowd control. So, y'all can mess with me. Should be fun. I've made things like really cheap too on the abilities, so like little bit of coins go a long way. Then Monday, Kingdom Hearts 3, Tuesday, Kana, Wednesday, Minecraft, and Thursday, more of this. So yeah, so I hope to see you tomorrow for the bonus stream. It's celebrating 600 followers on the channel. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's liked, followed, subscribed, given bits, all that good jazz. Thank you for checking out the YouTube and the Discord. And let's see who's live that we can raid into. 2 p.m. Kit. I'm back. Bonus stream? Yes, tomorrow. It will be fun. 2 p.m. Welcome back, TC. You're joining us just in time for the raid. The raid call is Father Raid. We are headed to Sweets and Cozy. I met her during the Reach Archipelago. I didn't meet her in person at Reach. Didn't go, unfortunately. But yeah, she is currently 20 hours in on her stream. It doesn't even say that she's doing a 24-hour stream. So anyway, she's playing Pokemon Pokopia. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Go give her some love. Take care. God bless.